How do I know if my nail career is going to succeed? I really like this topic. This is a good one. We're going to dive right in right now on the Biz Talk. Go ahead. Say it. Go ahead, Tracey. Say it.
You're a failure.
How do I know that I'll be a success in your eyes, Trace?
You never will be.
No, there's got to be a way.
You'll never be good enough.
Failure. When I come to work, Tracey just stares and points.
I actually
and
have
walks
cards
away.
like 1 to 10. He's never even gotten past a 5.
I haven't. Yeah, she just flips them and like shows me
Like
4.
I'm judging the Olympics. I'm like,
yeah, today 2. I think I got a 4 once.
that was a negative 4.
Down in the dumps, bro. All right. This I like a lot because I think this is the sort of epitome of like being a business owner.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like when you're a business owner, nail tech, and you're jumping into this career, most are business owners, right? Some are in the salon under commission. Still, it's not like being a regular employee,
right.
You know, where you're getting like a consistent paycheck. You have to build something to get paid, majority of the situations, right? And there's a lot of unknown, you know, just like when you are in a business. And so for someone that is building their clientele and starting out, how do they know if they're going to be successful? Like it's such a wild question, but I know everybody asks this, and I've done
Honestly,
it myself.
You don't.
Yeah.
Now, there are things that we can do to ensure that 99.9% of the time you're going to be successful, but sometimes there are things that happen that are out of our control.
Yeah.
In anything we do.
Yeah.
In any career. In
Right.
any... I could buy a house. Am I going to be successful? Am I going to be able to keep my house? You never know. You never know what's going to happen. You lose your job. Things happen.
Yeah.
We work with the most knowledge we can get, and we keep moving forward with that knowledge and try to be successful in whatever it is we do. But there are things that you can do that's pretty much going to ensure that you will be.
Yeah. Having that like trust and faith in like that process, right? Like we have this post of like trust the process,
You
right?
have to.
You have to trust that what is that process that I'm talking about? Well, it generally speaking, right? It's putting in the work consistently every day.
Yep.
Meaning practice, being objective with your work, right? Like don't cover up just to make yourself feel better. Don't be like, yeah, these are good. I'm good. You know,
So amazing.
I'm amazing.
Nobody comes back, but I'm amazing.
Nobody comes back, but I'm amazing. Like, don't fool yourself. You've got to be honest. And then, you know, the other side of that coin is don't be so hard on yourself too. Like, God, I suck. I'm never going to make, you can't do that either. You know,
Part of the process is failing.
of course.
That is part of the process.
That is literally part of every single process. I'll give you an example. Tracey and I this morning, we did a live stream, okay? And this is why failure is so important to the process of learning, right? With whatever we're doing. And especially in your process of being a successful nail technician, is that like I was doing a nail and Tracey was like, hey, I think you put too much product in that spot. And I in my mind, I literally was like, I think I can fix this, you know? And so I just continued on with the nail and I thought I fixed it. And I was like, her telling me from all of her experience did nothing. I still continued and I still did it the way that I'm going to do it. And I thought I could actually pull it off. And she let me. She just watched and said, okay. And she let me. What happened? It was too much product. Like it didn't cure in that spot correctly. I was doing gel and like gel oozed out of it. And it was like, no problem. We can fix it. This is how you fix it. But then, and only then did I actually learn. I was like, oh gosh, dang it. She was right, you know? But her telling me wasn't enough. Like her giving me her experience and advice wasn't enough. I had to do it and I had to screw it up.
Which
and
is
then
part of the process.
Part of the process, you know? And I think it's comforting. It should be comforting for anybody that's starting on this journey of nails to know that like there's no 100% guarantee that you're going to be successful in nails. But I'm pretty damn sure that you're gonna do well if you stick to that process, your objective, you embrace, you know, those times where you make those mistakes and you screw it up and you're real with yourself. And a lot of it too is like jumping. We always talk about that, jumping out of your comfort zone, right? For me, that would be doing nails on real people.
Right.
It's terrifying to me.
If you want to be a nail tech, you have to do that.
You got to do that. You got to do them on people, yeah. Right? And so I know that that's my fear. So what I would do is immediately start doing nails on people, whether it's my mom or my wife or girlfriend, if you have a girlfriend, or sister, if you have a sister, cousin, whatever. And I would just start doing it. I would. And because I need to get over that. You know what I'm saying?
You have to get over the fear.
Yeah. And that takes reps. It's reps. You have to just do it over and over again. And then you make the mistakes and you learn. You know what I'm saying? But I know that feeling. I still get that feeling, if I'm being honest, of like, hey, are we going to hit our goals that we're trying to set? You know, and it causes me anxiety.
Well, I think sometimes, well, no, I don't think. I know. You can be successful and let your foot off the gas and just keep doing the same old,
yeah.
But things change.
Yeah.
And then you can become unsuccessful.
That's right.
You have to worry about that.
Yeah.
In business.
Yeah.
You have to keep on going, am I going to be successful this year,
right.
next year, the year after? You have to keep obtaining that goal.
Yeah, you've got to move that. Your goal has to adjust and change, right? So like for us as an example, you know, Tracey and I have had conversations about like, you know, once again changing things up with our brand and doing more and expanding things, and how can we make it more exciting for you guys again. And we came up with some really, really good ways, and I'm like, awesome. I think this is the next step for us.
Next level.
You know, the next level.
Yeah. I would say it's like sports, right? Okay, so NBA. You have the NBA champions.
Right.
Are they going to be the champions next year?
Right.
Do they go, don't have to practice anymore. We don't have to try to obtain that goal. We're good. We're good. Do we need new team players? Nope. We're good. No.
It's a constant
You are not
chase.
Automatically a champion next year.
Yeah. There's a short celebration and then it's over.
Always celebrate your success.
Always celebrate your successes. But it's
on
not
to
over.
The next.
It's on to the next. Do we keep the same players? Do we have to change? Do we need a team that's, you know, got speed over size? Do we need to incorporate people that pass more? Do we want, you know, two dominant players? Like there's so many different ways to build a team.
Dynamics and everything.
Yeah.
Changes.
And the NBA changes, like you're saying, right? So like the NBA in the 90s is not the NBA of today.
No.
Right?
No.
Players change. They're more athletic. They're better. They're faster. They're smarter. And also just in sports medicine and sports, just the technology,
right,
where athletes can perform at a much higher level today than they were, 20 years ago. All that's gone better. So you have to adjust.
Have to.
And the same thing with us, right? With our business, it's the same thing. And the nail technician, I almost think a starting point would just be like, okay, so I've got a couple goals here. First goal, obviously my North Star goal is I want to be a fully booked nail technician, and I want to be able to pick my own schedule and have clients knocking on my door, have that demand. Okay, that's your North Star. That's where you're trying to get eventually. But then you got to back it up, right, into stages and steps. Okay, well, right. The first thing I got to do is I need to complete a full set. right?
Right.
So let me start on a human being. So let me start there. And then it's like, okay, you do that goal. Okay, cool. That took me 4 hours. Let me do that in 2. Can I get there in 2? What part of my technique do I need to work on? Are the nails lasting? Are they falling off after a week? Are people complaining about this, that? Those are things you got to work out, in that process, right?
Technique first, speed
second.
seconds. There's milestones, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like if I want to go from here to New York, I don't go just I need to be in New York. It's like
Snap fingers
no,
in New York.
I'm gonna hit this place first, and then I'm gonna hit. It's a journey.
It's a journey. It's a journey, and I think that's really interesting. The technique first, speed second thing. I don't know if a lot of people they just talk about speed off the bat. Mm-mm. And you've got to get the nails sound, structure, lasting, the amount of time that they're supposed to last before you can work on doing it quicker,
it doesn't
right?
matter how fast you did them. Oh, I did them in an hour, but they lasted 2 days. Now you have to redo them.
Yeah.
So, I think a lot of techs aren't willing to talk about how long it took them at first. It took me 5 hours. Like, it didn't happen overnight. And it wasn't 1 month either.
Yeah.
It wasn't 6 months that I was down to my time now. It took a while, and I had to first perfect the technique. Not that I ever have officially perfected the technique.
Yeah.
I'm always making tweaks. But, okay, is the technique right? Are they staying?
Yeah.
Now let's move on to the...
Exactly. Like, there are stages to this. There are steps to it. And I think as long as you have that kind of plan, right? I'm not saying write out some insane business plan that's 30 pages, and you don't need to do that, but you do need a plan.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to be successful maybe in, I give myself 3 years, a 3-year timeline of, and not that you have to stick to that, but it's just like, let me see if I can do it, you know? Maybe in 3 years, let's say you might be overbooked, right? And you might get it in 2, or maybe in 3 years, you're like 75% there, but like, okay, it's looking good because you're building this amazing business, and you're like, use it as just a goal, it's kind of random.
I think
but
you even have to do it in shorter chunks. For me, it probably have 5, maybe 5 bullet points. First, in the first 3 months, I would like to be able to make enough money with clients that I'm covering my costs, my booth rent. Then the next step, where I have half of my clientele built, then the next step, a full client, those kind of stages of your business, that way you're not looking so far ahead that it's unattainable.
Oh, right. Sure. Like, cause 3 years can seem like a really long time.
And there's so many little mini steps to that 3 years.
In between. For me, this is just my preference, right? Things take a lot longer for me than I ever imagined, right?
Well, we all think it's going to be overnight.
I know.
Or hope, at least. And it just
and it's not. It's not. Like, it's weird. Like, things take a long time and then they don't, right? Like, when we were sort of building our marketing 5 years ago, it felt like forever. Nothing was happening.
A little painful.
It was very painful, and nothing was happening in the first year, right? It was just like, oh my God, we're putting in all this work and nothing is happening. And then it started happening, right? But then our business was changing. So we were gaining customers, but losing other types of customers. And so we still weren't growing.
Right.
And it was like, what the hell is going on? But we saw, okay, it's happening. And then it was just like, it just went crazy.
Right.
So, over a 5-year period, right? So I always think in chunks like that. And for me, I always have I need that North Star.
Oh, I think it's great to have the end goal.
Exactly.
That end goal is very important.
Yeah.
But there was multiple steps to your marketing goal, right? Like, Okay.
Of course.
We need to post twice a week.
You got to post twice a day and twice a week on
Now
YouTube.
we need to post.
Yeah.
And that's what those little milestones is what built up to that.
Yeah. And it did start out. It was like 2 posts, 2 videos a week on YouTube, 1 post a day on Instagram.
Yeah.
You know, and now we're doing a video every day on YouTube, 6 times a day on Instagram, plus 10 stories a day, double that on Facebook, plus we're doing 2 posts a day on TikTok, plus we're doing what do you call it? We have a blog. We have
Twitch.
Twitch.
Yeah.
We're doing 3 live streams, plus Greg does 2 to 3 live streams a week. It's insane.
It's a lot.
It's insane. Like, and there's no way we could just start and do that.
Oh my God.
Impossible.
I probably would have quit if
No,
you
there's
came
no
in
way.
and like, guess what we're going to start doing?
Yeah. No.
I remember 2 posts being
Insane.
it took forever.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
So just go. It needs to be 5 or 6 and just on Instagram, and then you got to no.
You got to start slow. And so the same thing with nails. You start slow. The ultimate goal was like, I want us to be here in our business. And we not only did we broke through that, we surpassed it. I never expected that to happen. So, but I needed that North Star. And then of course, break it down to like, what am I doing daily to get there?
Again, I kind of, that North Star is so very important, but I break it down into like a trip.
Chunks.
New York, right? How thousands of miles, right? But I'm going to focus on this first 300 miles. And then I might look at it, step back and go, okay, I have this much more miles to go to New York. But tomorrow I'm going to do this much miles.
Right,
so
right.
you're always looking at the total.
Yeah. But then you have to break it down.
But you have to break it down.
You have to.
Or you're just going to lose it.
No, there's no way, because you won't have any direction. You need direction. Like, you can't just be like, I'm going to get to New York, but I'm just going to drive.
Yeah. Just go, man. Just go.
Why am I in Alaska?
Yeah.
It's weird.
What
It's cold.
happened? Why am I on a boat?
Why am I in a boat? Why am I in the moon? It's weird. Still driving your car. Guys, I really think it's important to you've got to have a plan, in the end, and you've got to try things, experiment. As long as you do that and you have a plan and you're sticking to it and you're being objective about, your process, I don't think there's any doubt that you will not be as successful in nail tech. And I think you just have to have faith. And even saying it to yourself, like, I'm doing this no matter what.
Manifest it.
Yeah. You make that happen. Let us know in the comments below your thoughts on this, even for some of you more experienced techs. Did you know? Did you have doubt? What was your deal?
What was your
We'd love to hear about
plan?
it. Yeah, what was your plan? We'd love to hear about it. And any ideas for future videos, please let us know in the comments below. Tracey, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much, and we will see you next time on the Biz Talk.